Nothing like it.
And here's the Papa Bear of Russian gymnastics, Leonid Arkayev, who has designated Bondarenko's teammate as the next superstar and is working with her personally. That stern expression. And here is his young charge, about 1/3 of his size, but all the talent in the world, Anna Kovaleva.
It's funny, Greg. Sometimes he can be the big bad bear, and then other times like a teddy bear. This is potentially a future great. She has it all.
"15 years old, an 81-pound dynamo who is the Russian champion on the floor and the Russian champion on the beam."
Those of you who are perfectionists can see there are a few little areas where she can work on some polish, work on her toe point, really get it perfect. But there's certainly time and room for that improvement, and I'm sure they're working on it. Delightful exercise. She's so charming on the floor.
Anna Kovaleva.
Head coach Arkayev says that if you want to be the leader, you have to be different. And I believe that she has the quality. She has unique skills, a nice presentation, a nice look in gymnastics, but she does some things a little bit differently than the other gymnasts, and nice combinations.
Here's her final tumbling run. Pike double back. There's an elegance to her, too. She's very classy.
Does she look like anybody you know?
If that isn't Kathy Johnson a few years back.
A few?
I don't know who that is.
A couple decades, maybe. It's a little freaky even for me. I had to pull out all my old pictures and look at it and go, wow, that is weird.
Bondarenko and Kovaleva, the score to beat so far in this round is 19.4, and they don't do it. 19.175. The standings from the first round, the Ukrainians, as they did in the preliminary, Roman Zuzulia and Olga Teslenko, they are #1, the team to beat. The Chinese finally coming through with Huang and Ling Ji posing a threat. And the Russians, well, they're in 4th, 5th, and 7th at this point, and they have got to be strong in the second round to get into the medals. Olga Teslenko, she and her teammate Roman Zuzulia are the pair to beat. Lots more coming up. The second and concluding round of mixed pairs gymnastics inside Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. After round 1, the leaders from Ukraine, Roman Zuzulia and Olga Teslenko, Chinese in second, and then a Cuba-Australia duo in third. Hello again, everyone. Greg Lewis along with Kathy Johnson-Clark and Bart Connor, and a little bit of surprise here to see Roman Zuzulia and Olga Teslenko one on top of this here.
Somewhat. They're great gymnasts with beautiful form, especially on their best events. And this can be a really funny, fickle event. One tiny little mistake. I mean, one half of the team can be awesome, and the other would take a little step, and it just drops them below. So it makes it kind of fun, but nonetheless, we will see some spectacular gymnasts. I'll even make a prediction. I think the Chinese, if they can finally hit this final routine, can pull up.
Well, the Russians are certainly having trouble here in 4th, 5th, and 7th, Bart, after the first round.
Well, we've come to expect so much from Alexei and from Svetlana Horkina, but it's very interesting to see what's happening here, and certainly the mood in the building. There is a lot of people here who are cheering for the Chinese team. They're in second place. Huang and Ling Jie, they have the gymnastics to win this whole thing, and I think that would be a very poetic ending to what we've seen here at the Goodwill Games.
Well, there are no American teams in this final of mixed pairs competition, but the Goodwill Games have been good to the USA in gymnastics. A total of 9 medals, 5 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. In 5th place after the first round of finals, Alexei Bondarenko and teammate Anna Kovaleva.
Now for part 2 of Team Russia.
trailing by 0.275 behind the Ukrainians.
Bondarenko has a routine here that has a 10-0 start value, which is very difficult to get on parallel bars these days, because in order to get a 10-0, you have to have some clever combinations, and he does all of them right in this opening sequence here. There's that hop pirouette. Watch this sequence. And out to the side. We've seen him do this routine 4 times this week. There was a slight form break there, but he is so solid and so clean. That's why he's one of the favorites to win gold in Sydney 2 years from now. He's just 19, and yet he can do maximum difficulty at such a young age.
Alexei Bondarenko.
Right out to the single rail. Just great form. Perfect body line. When he hops into the middle, right here's a little form break.
Bondarenko, the '98 European all-around champion and parallel bars champion, turns it over to his teammate, Anna Kovaleva, who is the '98 Russian champion on beam.
And amazingly, she won that as a junior, defeating Svetlana Horkina by almost a point, which is unbelievable. So she's proven she's competitive at this level, and yet I still even see room for her to improve and grow. Much more aggressive here today already. Gorgeous handspring front.
It's interesting, she arrived here late. She didn't do the all-around competition. Maybe she is a little fresher than some of the other athletes competing here today.
Only 15 years of age. There's an amazing level of confidence in her work.
She says she admires Horkina because she loves how Horkina competes.
Well, the day is coming when all young gymnasts will be admiring Kovaleva.
Very nice. Little reminiscent of Svetlana Boginskaya, that 1 foot in front of the other.
Bondarenko and Kovaleva in yesterday's second round only scoring 18.95, and there is the embrace from Arkayev, which says, okay, I can smile. I guess I did okay.
Greg, there's nothing like hitting a beam routine. It just feels so good. Adds to her confidence as she develops and heads toward the Olympic Games in a couple of years.
She speaks English, so if she has success, I think she'll be a favorite among the English-speaking media as well, because she can do interviews.
They jumped to the top of the standings in the second round with a 38.7 total. But Huang and his teammate Lingjie will challenge. They were second after the first round.
As a team, the Chinese men have owned parallel bars for about 10 years. It's like when you go to the World Championships and they predict who's going to win. You can just put China in first and second place on the parallel bars and just insert name here later, because one of their gymnasts will nail a routine like this with that kind of difficulty and just with the most precise technique that you can imagine. Look at that. How is it that they do such hard routines with such ease? Look at the height on that dismount.
Well, the Chinese have found the zone in this final day of gymnastics competition. Huang, who won the parallel bars in the Goodwill Games individual event competition.
Like a diver, a very tight pike. He finished the double somersault higher than anybody else in the competition.
A good image since the divers of the Chinese